should be live, going online on multiple platforms right now as we speak. Let's put the headphones on and make sure everything is spick and span. There we go. I'm liking that. Hello to everybody. I don't know if you're online yet, but you will be soon, and I can't wait to see you all. We are live. Another episode of the Very Funny Podcast. Mahmoud Kibbe, how's it going? Karoom21 from YouTube, Mahmoud Kibbe from Facebook. So glad to see both of those platforms coming in. From Jordan, Kinza Altaibi, good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. We're waiting for Twitch to go online. It has not gone online yet here. It says sending data. So whatever that means. We'll give it a second. Rachel Freja, how's it going? Hello. Hello to everybody. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I am excited to be with you again. Good evening, Ala Haddad. Shtatna Gavi Hilan. How you doing, Mahmoud? Can you find my man? All right, fantastic, man. I'm going to try to restart here. Twitch, for some reason, it says sending data. Let me just restart that there. As you know, we go to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter simultaneously. So for some reason, Twitch is acting up. So I'm trying to make sure that works. From Lebanon, fantastic. Are you wearing boxers still? Yes, I am. However, on top of the boxers, I'm wearing a glorious pair of beautiful shorts. You're very welcome. I have, this shows my level of respect for all of you. This shows that I am dedicated to this show. I've actually put shorts on top of the boxers. And this is fantastic. NEMR, great performance in Vancouver. Man, I had the best time in Vancouver. Thank you so much. Where'd the comment go? Thank you so much, Rami Matta. I appreciate it. Let me take a look at Twitch here, trying to see why it isn't broadcasting. Let me take a look at Twitch here, trying to see why it isn't broadcasting. It is, and it's looping in my ear, even though it says sending data. Okay, whatever. That's it. It works. We're good. That's all that matters, really, at the end of the day. Welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Jessie Sukhun. You clearly are a lady of fine taste. Admiring my exquisite legs. I made them myself. Actually, no, my parents made my legs. They had interactions. Okay, let's keep it PG-13 here. We got a great show today, man. I hope you guys are excited. I'm super excited. There we go. We're in full screen mode so I can see your comments. I'm watching you from Akron, Ohio, United States. Welcome, Habiba Hajjad. How's it going? Will this ever be on Apple Podcasts? Yes, it will, as an audio file only. It will be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch of others. Should start in the next few days. I have it all set up for my podcast already. I just haven't had a chance to just do it because there's been a lot going on. But we're catching up. After Corona, will you come back to Qatar for a new performance? You bet, Suad Mehmet Uzun Kharbutli. What a great name. Suad Mehmet Uzun Kharbut. Damn, it went. What's the schedule for today's podcast? Cowabunga asks. Cowabunga, hailing from my favorite franchise of all time, the Ninja Turtles. Today's schedule is very exciting. It's going to be me, and then I'm bringing in my friend Mikey, who you met the other day. Hi, Jennifer Haddad. Just to talk a bit for about a minute, just a couple of minutes about what's going on in America right now, because a lot of people keep asking me on the chat, on WhatsApp, they keep saying, NEMR, are you safe? Are you okay? What's going on in America? We hear it's terrible, and it is a difficult situation, that's for sure, in the U.S. right now, and these 2 weeks are critical, but, I just want to get the take. He works in the medical field, so definitely. Hello from Florida, Lucien Shalhoun. Definitely will pass by. Jordan, we miss your old pranks, similar to the sushi burger. Watashi wa mitsurugi seme. Watching you from Abu Dhabi now. I've been watching your shows to have some laughter during this time. Thank you, Nada. I appreciate it. Hello from Ghana. What's up, Mark Maroon? How you doing? Here we go again, laughing on me again after April Fools. Yeah. Man, Frisk Dreamer asks, we have issues with YouTube. Why do I not get notifications, yet I hit the bell? That is what irks me. I got 71,500 subscribers on YouTube, and I would bet maybe 200 people get my notifications when I put something out. It's frustrating. YouTube's algorithm is all messed up. Sometimes it goes heavily in your favor. Suddenly the algorithm picks you up and you're everywhere, and sometimes your own followers don't get you. That's why I love Twitch so much. And we got a Discord channel as well, and it's just the best. Hala NEMR, hello Wa'il Samir, how's it going, everybody? I get notifications. There you go, Peter got one. YouTube was late to notify Mortanius, my man right there, coming in. What's up, George, my best friend in the world. I've received 100 messages today. What? Oh, that's the bot. I'm reading the bot like it's a normal human being. Hello, everybody. Mesa Huck, how you doing? One of my funniest, favorite funny women in the world. Hilarious girl. If you don't know her, we'll probably have her on the show one day. She's very, very funny. Jad Howie, can't wait for Brian Callen. Does it mean you will be? God damn it. So many. Hold on. Let me bring the chat up so I can see. Does it mean you will be on the Joe Rogan podcast? I hope so. You know what's really funny about the Joe Rogan podcast? I don't know Joe Rogan. I don't think he knows me. He's awesome. His podcast is the greatest podcast in the world. People keep telling me, why don't you get on the Joe Rogan podcast? And I'm like, damn it, why didn't I think of that? I'll give him a call right now and just I'd love to be on the Joe Rogan podcast. And I'd love to have Joe Rogan on this podcast. And, you know, it's definitely going to happen when it happens. That much I can tell you. I've never had guests on a podcast. I'm doing this for the Quarantine with NEMR edition. We're definitely going to carry it forward. I don't know if you guys saw the 300 viewers. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if you guys saw the promo that I released yesterday, but from now on, that's what I want to start off with the episode today, just talking off the bat, is from now on this show, you guys know the schedule. It's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. Los Angeles time. That's where I am right now. 6 p.m. GMT and 9 p.m. Beirut time. So I need you guys to do all the calculations beyond that. Every Sunday, I'm going to release a promo video this week on the Very Funny Podcast. And you will know what we're going to be talking about, who our guests are going to be. And I'm going to notify all of you through WhatsApp. So make sure that you add that WhatsApp number right there. Am I pointing in the right direction? Nope, in the opposite. Yes, right there. So be sure to add the WhatsApp number right there, and make sure that you guys put your full name and or just your first name, whatever, and where you live. So if you live in Michigan, tell me Detroit, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, etc. If you live in and just give me the closest to the nearest city. The reason is that why I put you in the contacts under that location. So the next time if I'm going there and I'm doing a show, you get a notification, and it helps me know. If you tell me next to like which major city, that really, really helps. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to start with today. Another thing that I wanted to make sure you guys, if you didn't see the video promo, I'm going to play it for you now. Not the whole video, but let's just for a second, I'm going to play who our guests this week are going to be, and I'm very, very excited in case you didn't see who they are. And here we go. So that was anticlimactic. I pressed all the wrong buttons. Let's go back to that. And there's the share video. There we go. Okay, here we go. Thursday, I'm very excited to welcome Brian Callen. You've probably seen Brian Callen doing stand-up. You've probably seen him on one of his podcasts. And you've definitely seen him in movies, whether it was recently in The Joker or before in Warrior or in my favorite role in The Hangover. I'm excited to have him on the show because I want to talk about this character.
You're cracking my balls, man. I love these guys.
Who not many people know this is based on a Lebanese guy that Brian knew when he lived in Lebanon for several years. It's a crazy story. On Saturday, we welcome an incredible comedian.
All that is Egypt's foremost political satirist, host of the now banned television program Al Bernameg, Bassem Youssef. Bassem, thanks for joining us. Welcome, sir.
Bassem Youssef is not only a great satirist, he's not only a great human being, but he's also a plant-based diet person, and he believes in it a lot, and he's in incredible shape. So we're going to be talking about that on Saturday, as well as the fact that he's Egyptian and Masr Dunya. So join. So I'm very excited about our guests. If you didn't know that these were going to be the guests, now you know. So that's who our guests are going to be. Let me do something here to the camera, make it a little. Ooh, that's nice. That looks really nice right there. Tightened it up a bit. So yeah, those are our guests this week. On Thursday, we're going to be with Brian Callen. Very funny. And on Saturday, we're going to be with Bassem Youssef. Now, I also want to take a second to mention something on the show that I find is very beautiful. I get wonderful messages from you guys on WhatsApp, and I don't want them to ever stop. So please send them in. If you guys have anything you want to ask me or share with me, I can address it here. If you have any issues you're dealing with, I mean, Bill Burr does that on his podcast. People send in stuff, and then he reads them, and he kind of gives his opinion. If you got anything you want a hot take from me on, go ahead and send it to me on WhatsApp. Some cool things were sent to me on WhatsApp, and I'm going to read one to you, and I'm going to share another one with you right now. Let's start with the sharing one, because this one's adorable. So let me bring this file up because it cracked me up. And this came in from, I'm not going to say the name to protect the privacy. I didn't ask them if I could say the name, and I should have. So I'm just going to protect the privacy, but we are going to show their kid. I asked for permission to play this video because it's the most adorable thing I've ever seen. And the reason that it's muted right now is because I'm going to do something. Well, first of all, listen to it. Listen to this, okay?
No, wait, now. What do you want?
I want music from NEMR.
Good job.
That's the most adorable thing. Oh my God, I want music from NEMR. Now, here's the thing. If I was like an epic DJ, this would be the best way to like drop a song in. So that's what I'm going to do in honor of this young man right here today. I'm going to play some music for him. This goes out to you, buddy. Thank you so much for the beautiful thing. I queued up some very nice, chill music to go with your persona, especially since you're a young man. You have your future ahead of you, and you have the innocence ahead of you. You're a child. You're going to dominate the world, achieve your dreams, hopefully. And well, here we go. Without further ado, this one's for you, little.
No, wait, now. What do you want?
I want music from NEMR.
Good job.
Good tunes, man. Good tunes. We're going to start the show right now. I hope you guys are excited, or as excited as I am. I am ready. I am very ready. My body is ready. Everything is ready. And here's the thing that I also want to share. There was one more thing. I got a beautiful message from somebody that I wanted to read, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he told me that I could share the story. If you remember the first episode, we talked about the importance of connecting, of people coming together, and how it could, get everything going in your life better, especially now in these times of quarantine. We got to reach out, and I think it was a really, I really enjoyed talking about it, and I think a lot of people enjoyed me talking about it. And then I got this message, and I'm going to read it to you guys. Came from a young man. He said, I don't know when you will read this message, but I would like to say that I barely talk about this topic. And since I'm sending it to you, that is because I can relate to you in a certain way. I used to be the kid that had no friends in school. I realized my love from comedy from home with my family. So I decided to use it also in school with students, thinking this might help to make friends. Which, by the way, is that comedy is a lot of people who are funny just wanted to belong. It's kind of comedy is your kind of way you start to realize a lot of people get bullied, they become comedians. A lot of people don't fit in, they become comedians because they realize that if they can make people laugh, then maybe people will want to be around them more. And that's why a lot of comedians that you see have, they're very emotional. A lot of them aren't very happy in their lives. It can be construed as a cry for help. To have the perspective to be able to relate to people and to their problems, you kind of have to go through stuff yourself, right? If you listen to a song and the song has lyrics that you connect with, the singer has gone through the things you've gone through, and that's why you guys are connecting. So luckily for me, just so you guys don't get worried, my perspective and my hurt or my access to the problems you guys go with comes from a healthy place. A lot of people, it doesn't come from. So anyways, just wanted to mention that. He said, I started making jokes, mimicking students, teachers, celebrities, or even comic figures. Remember, he's saying this to make friends. Students began talking with me more and inviting me to sit with them. But I realized that they only enjoy my presence for merely making them laugh. I am the kid that didn't have a good body, even now, which I think is a back pull for me to address girls. I'll talk about that in a second because it isn't. I never had the confidence to even think of asking a girl about her name or to be able to continue a conversation. I feel you. I was like that. I couldn't talk to a girl. I would do a show when I started doing stand-up. When I was in the American University of Beirut. After I graduated, You know, I was at the last show I did at the AUB was in front of several thousand people. And then when I graduated, I was doing shows in front of hundreds of people. And the several thousand, they weren't there for me. It was for the AUB Outdoors. And then when I started my own career, and I was totally comfortable on stage, put me one-on-one to talk to a girl, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, not in a million years. Had no confidence. I would come off way too stupid. I'd say things I shouldn't be saying. I'd stumble on myself. And it was, I always used to think it was funny that I could address it's easy to address an entire crowd and terrifying to talk to a woman, especially if you like her. So I feel you here. I would simply end the conversation out of nowhere. With all of that going on, the first semester in AUB was hell, especially with communicating with different students, but I found the comedy club where I thought I would fit in. So I made my first stand-up in front of an audience, and it went pretty well. In school, I would never, ever, ever think of going on stage and talking in front of students, but with stand-up, it is a bit different. Comedy is a platform that I love because it can be used to tackle various issues, sharing with diverse audiences. And I do have a huge respect towards you, especially since in a way your story is a bit similar to mine. It is. I would like to thank you for using your platform for different reasons. I wish you all the best. Sorry for the long message. First of all, I don't want anyone to ever apologize for sending me any message, regardless of the length. Thank you so much for reaching out and sharing this message with me. It means a lot to know that I am, that what we're talking about connects with somebody on the same level. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line, man. It's a tough world out there for all of us. And it doesn't matter if people look at me and they're like, NEMR, the gift of gab. I can talk easily and I can bring up any situation. But it took years for me to be able to talk to a girl, and then to talk to a girl that I like, and then to keep a girl interested after I get the intro conversation. There's so many steps. My advice to you, if that's the thing you want to do, is first of all, understand that they're just human beings, okay? And this goes out for girls as well and guys. Girls who drop hints for men. Just so you know, men don't get hints. We're stupid. So keep that in mind. And girls are just human beings. And if they like you, that's good. And if they don't, then they don't. I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen is somebody doesn't connect with you. That's fine. That's not a big problem. We're not all meant to. It just sucks because you probably like somebody or you might be crushing on them and you can't really connect with them. You have to understand it's not because you are a bad person. It means because you guys don't connect. I love the Ninja Turtles. I think they're the greatest thing in the world. Some people might think it's absolutely stupid. That just makes me and that person incompatible over Ninja Turtles. And I may try to connect with them, but if ultimately I can't connect with them over the Ninja Turtles, you can't. It's not the end of the world. That basically means you guys wouldn't have had a great relationship. So if you can't connect with a woman, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means you guys just weren't meant to be. And when you do like a girl, if you feel that what's stopping you is your ability to communicate, practice. That's all it is. And don't be afraid of failure. Talk to one girl after the other and mess it up, man. And seriously. And then learn and realize what works and what doesn't work. And that's what I do in stand-up. And you're saying you're doing stand-up. So what you do in stand-up is you get on a stage and you try material. And if it hits with the crowd, I got it. And if it doesn't, you try again and again until it's clear it's not working out. And then you try something totally different. Or you start to take little bits that worked and little bits that didn't and combine them and stuff. So that's really the best thing for life. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to read that. If you guys have anything you want to talk about or anything you want me to address on the show, just send me a message on WhatsApp and do that. Don't forget to add the WhatsApp number. Now, before we move on with the show and I bring in my friend Mikey, and I just want to ask him to give us a quick update on what's going on here in America, which shockingly happens to be the worst place maybe handling the coronavirus in the world. It's just insanity how poorly it's being handled over here. And these 2 weeks are absolutely critical. Before I do that, and then we start taking callers, I do want to mention a very quick topic for the podcast today. I want to talk about just how important it is to believe in yourself and to realize that nobody is going to believe in you. And if your success is contingent on somebody believing in you, then that thing isn't for you. When I was a business student in the American University of Beirut, I had a teacher that I loved. His name was Tariq Ketene. Still love him, and we stay in touch. And he told us something. A student in the class asked him, they said, "Sir, you're telling us to make a business plan, put in all the details of our idea. every single aspect of it, and then go pitch it. Well, I need to make them, the people I'm pitching to, the potential investors, they should sign a non-disclosure agreement or something, because what if they steal my idea? And his reply fascinated me, and he said, if they can steal your idea, it wasn't your idea to begin with. And the power of that statement means that nobody can do what you can do. But if somebody can do it, then it's not what you can do. You're just doing something anybody could do. And I think being able to be unique in what you have is the most important thing. So when you start to think that your success is contingent on somebody believing in you, definitely a big figure might give you exposure. Yes, that's a different thing. But if you're like, I could do it only if my girlfriend believed in me, or I could do it only if my boyfriend believed in me, or my parents believed in me, or if that is what you believe is stopping you from taking the next step, it isn't for you. And if what you have is an idea that you think is genius, right? I'm a stand-up comic. I think I'm amazing. I love my comedy. But I think there are so many comedians better than me. It keeps me hungry. It keeps me wanting to get better. I look up to people like Bassem Youssef and Brian Callen, who are having this week, and the other comedians I'm going to get here. Thanks for the follow, The Blueprint. Jesus, that's enormous. I don't know why. And it makes me want to be better, and it makes me want to keep going. And that is the most important thing, that it keeps you hungry. But at no point in time did I say, man, if only I had this, or if only I had that. All you have is yourself. And I think Lebanon, the country, learned that as a lesson right now with the revolution, that we learned that nobody cares about us unless we care about us. So the beautiful thing about what I see going on right here, and Serge Machoul is asking, Nimr, are you with the LGBTQ? Of course I'm with LGBT. Who wouldn't be? Saying, are you with the LGBTQ is asking me, is there a specific portion of human beings that you're against? And that's ridiculous. I look at the comment section. We have a community going on right here. That is a huge text for Timur. And you guys are talking to each other and listening to me, and we're building a community here. So thanks for the cheer, man, Abarika. And we need to be able to believe in ourselves before we can have something else to believe in, or we can rely on others for their support. If you do not build yourself up, nobody is going to do the work for you. So whatever it is you want to pursue in your life, nothing can stop you except for honor. And that's a very important thing. Some people have told me, they said, Nimr, you say you can do whatever you want. But what if I want to play soccer and I don't have any legs? What if I want, and then I could do the cliche thing, well, look at the people who have prosthetics playing in the Special Olympics and all that. That's not what I'm going to say. Some people, I once got a question from somebody who said, I wanted to play a professional sport, but there wasn't any league for it in my country, in Lebanon, and I wasn't able to cultivate what I believed was my talent, so I wasn't able to go to Europe to be able to do this, and the other. How can you tell me that I was able to achieve my dream? The first thing I would tell you is that I would do anything it took to achieve my dream. But if I realized that there was no ability for me to achieve my dream because I had tried everything within my control, everything, no excuses. I hate excuses and negativity. It's the one thing I hate the most. If I had tried everything and I just simply couldn't do it because I wasn't able to get good enough, then I would take it upon myself to make sure that my child never has to live that circumstance again. Then my dedication would be to ensure that I at least serve the purpose of never having somebody else not have the option. So the honor part is the most important part here. And I love that about Japanese culture, where they put honor, at least in the anime that I watch and all that stuff, honor is a big concept. And I think humanity is better for it once we put honor on a pedestal and we start to realize that if you can't achieve your own goals, there is a great honor in making sure others can in their place. And it has nothing to do with whether they appreciate it or not. 99% of us didn't appreciate our parents when they did things for us for the same reasons. So that is what I wanted to talk about today, just so that you guys realize that I am a very successful stand-up comic. However, I am not wealthy. I do not have a lot of money in the bank. I do not have Lamborghinis. I do not have any of these things that people associate with success, because that for me is not what I associate with success. What I associate with success is happening right now. Aysar Abbas sending me a comment talking about his options from the south of Lebanon. An engineer can't go to Europe and my country, you know how it is. Is that an excuse or should I try more? That's an excuse. That's an absolute excuse. And that's totally wrong. And that is, so what if you're from the south of Lebanon? Gibran Khalil Gibran in 1913 moved to the US and he became a world-renowned phenomenon. My name's NEMR. What do you think? What did I have? So what if you're from the south of Lebanon? Doesn't matter where you're from. We could go on for days about success stories of people who refuse to accept their circumstance. So do not accept your circumstance. Get angry. Refuse. And put so much hard work. You just listed so many reasons why it doesn't work. I'm trying to tell you, you need to list the reasons how you can make it work. And you need to do that upon yourself. It's passion and drive that gets you there. But if you can't do it after you've tried everything, because the worst thing you can live with is regret. If you can do it if you can't do it after you've truly tried everything, you will be at peace. And then your goal will shift to an honorable one to make sure it never happens again. Now, the beautiful thing for me, the sign of success, is the fact that all of you guys are able to comment for me. Joey Donuts, so disappointing when I hear Americans complain about their state in life and how it's all because of outside forces. It is very disappointing. John Jones says, my mom has cancer. And I don't know how that filters into the situation, but if that's stopping you from doing something, that's a beautiful thing. If sacrificing yourself and your passion for somebody who sacrificed themselves for you, or even if they didn't, your own blood, there's no shame in that. That's the most honorable, beautiful thing you can do. And then you take it upon yourself to make sure that your kid hopefully never has to make that sacrifice for themselves. That's not a bad situation. That's a blessing. And your mother is blessed to have you if that's the case. Now, here's the thing, okay? What you guys need to understand, and it's very important for all of you to understand, is that we, as people with dreams and with ambitions, have to know what to measure our success on, or what our objective is. Our friend from the South, for instance, who came in and just said that, he can't do his dreams because he comes in from the south of Lebanon, all that kind of stuff. You need to put in the drive to get to where you need to get to. And we can't rely on anybody else. But what's first and foremost most important is you define your objective. What is it you want? If my objective was to be famous and my objective was to have money, I wouldn't be as successful as I am today. That's not an objective. That's kind of like that's a thing that comes with the territory, maybe. My objective was to be funny. And that meant I had to focus on my craft. So if your objective is to be an engineer, then you can be the best engineer in the world and it doesn't matter where you come from. Zaha Hadid, one of the greatest of all time, Iraqi. It doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is, especially with the online world, you can put your work online. You can do everything right now. There's no excuse whatsoever for you to be amazing at your craft. But if you want to be an engineer who lives in Europe because you don't like where you live in Lebanon, and in Europe it would be a funner existence because you could go to Amsterdam and get high, that's not an engineering objective. And that's what you need to know. That's how you have to take things. You have to be able to understand that your objective is crucial to you getting to where you want to go. And if your objective is something that is going to be stifled by your mother having cancer, that's fine. Screw your objective. There are some more important things than your happiness sometimes. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. NEMR, do you think that it's possible for us people in Lebanon to become writers? Writing has been my dream since years. I have my own page and I'm worried of failing. Any advice? Tawfiq Yusuf Awad, Gibran Khalil Gibran. I could go on forever. There's nothing stopping you from writing. A lot of people who ask me, they're like, Tramiro, thanks for the follow. A lot of people ask me, they say, I want to become a writer. How do I do it? Stuff like that. Let me just fix that Twitch window because I oversized it by accident, clearly. They say, NEMR, how could I, if I want to get into writing? There's a book that I highly recommend that all of you read. It's called The Martian. That's 100% what it's called, right? There was a movie. Yep. The movie, The Martian, came out. The book is infinitely better, as it is always. And The Martian is a book that was written by a guy, and he just posted it online, and it developed a following, and then he got a book deal out of it. It's an incredible story to read how he went about it. There is nothing stopping you today from achieving your dreams, where people like Tawfiq Yusuf Awad or Gibran Khalil Gibran, who are Lebanese people who wanted to be writers, were able to make it. Do you understand? They were able to make it when they didn't have social networks where they could put their work out. They didn't have ways to connect with people like we're connecting right now. We have more abilities. It also creates more competition. As a comedian, if I got a Showtime special, Devilish Mage, thanks for the follow. If I got a Showtime special as a comedian back in 1988 or 1994, my career made overnight. If I got one appearance on The Tonight Show, if I was on Conan O'Brien, my career made overnight. But now there's so much content and so many different platforms out online that I got a Showtime special. All it does is it says you've seen him on Showtime and it gives you credibility. But that's it. It doesn't make your career. All it is like, okay, let's roll our sleeves up and get to work now. I got some credibility behind me. If you go on a Tonight Show, you can go and check out all the comedians who've been on Tonight Shows and then go online and check their following. It's in the hundreds, sometimes several thousand. So yes, it's better for us now. We can display our talent. I can connect with you on a podcast. I can play some beats for you. And if you guys think NEMR is the shit and you love it and you share it, that's a great way for me to blow up. But there's also a million people who can do that. So now the competition is fiercer, which is cool because that means we have to keep getting better and better as human beings. So I don't want you guys to think I'm saying, hey, get good, for all my Dark Souls fans out there. I'm telling you, get good and get ready for the competition. But there is never any excuse if your objective is your craft. There are tons of excuses if your objective is recognition in a very specific kind of way. And that's my answer for that. Somebody asked earlier how if I believe God has something to play in it as a role in your success. That's a very good question. And somebody's asking about updates about the initiative. Let me write that down because I always forget. I am giving updates regularly on the initiative, but let me just write that down so I make sure I don't forget that. The subject of God is a very interesting one because it's when you say, what about God? You're actually talking about your God. Ricky Gervais was on Stephen Colbert, and Ricky Gervais is a well-known atheist. And Stephen Colbert is a very, very staunch Catholic and a beautiful Catholic, practicing Catholic. And they often have these very entertaining debates. And if you want, just put Ricky Gervais, Stephen Colbert debate, religion. And Stephen Colbert tells him, how can you look around you and not believe in God? And then Ricky Gervais asks him at one point, I'm paraphrasing, he says, how many gods are there in total? And I think it's 3,092 or some random number like that. And that's what Stephen Colbert replies. So Ricky Gervais asks him, how many do you not believe in? And he goes, 3,091. And he goes, well, I just don't believe in one more than you, which is a brilliant reply. When you ask, what do you think about the role of God? You're asking me about what do I think about the role of your God? The beautiful thing about faith is it's a deeply personal, unless you're fake about it, it's a deeply personal thing. Faith is so deep to each individual, and you practice it in your way and through your perspective and through your life. We Want Victoria's Secret is now following. It's coming next month. It's a personal thing. So God has no role in this. Your God and the way you practice faith with your God has the role in it. Because whether you're an atheist or a believer, your relationship with God, Sirajuddin Khazawne, thanks for the follow, whether your relationship with God is a believing relationship or a non-believing relationship. Let's take the two situations. If your relationship with God is a non-believing believing relationship, we'll start with that. If your relationship with God is a believing relationship, that becomes your focal point. That's your drive. When you stray from the path, when you feel lost, you sit home and you pray, you meditate, and you ask God, you say, dear God, am I doing the right thing? Dear God, help me. And if you're a non-believer, when you stray from the path, you sit down and you ask yourself and you meditate. You say, why? Why am I not able to do this? What am I doing? What else do I need to do? Both situations are the same. Praying to God, believing in God, or not believing in God, but being focused are two different forms of focusing yourself around a common objective. So having the objective is the most important thing, because when you have an objective, you have a goal. When you have a goal, you're walking a path. And when you stray from the path, the only difference is how you address it. If you address that straying from the path by believing it, by going to your God or going to your focus, that is the only difference. So you have to understand that God plays an approach in this. He made you, or she made you, or it made you, if you believe in a God, depending on your belief system. And they gave you everything you need to be able to make it. And if you believe in God, they gave you obstacles because you need them to be able to be shaped in a specific way that should you be able to do this thing, it means you are worthy. And if you don't believe in God, those obstacles are things that you prove yourself in and they let you grow so that you may be worthy. If I'm a comedian out in the Middle East doing English stand-up comedy for people who are Arab, and I'm doing it without politics and without religion, which is how the comedy has always been over there, and I become a huge success, not overnight, over 15 years. And I'm selling out shows everywhere. And I'm on the cover of the magazine of Rolling Stone magazine in the Middle East. I'm on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. I then pick myself up and come to America to do stand-up. I can't even get a spot for a minute at a club because nobody knows who the hell I am. So I sit to myself and I say, there's still work for me to be done. Now, whether or not I turn to God, or whether or not I don't turn to God and I don't believe in God, is something I will never discuss. Because no matter how I discuss it, nobody has the ability, it's not nobody's business, nobody has the ability to understand my relationship with faith. Just like nobody has the understanding to understand anybody's relationship with faith. Whether it's completely wrong or completely right. You can judge me, though, as a human being, because whether you're faithful or you're not, it is our actions that allow us to be judged. The beautiful thing about faithful, unless you're faithful to like murder, is that if you have faith or you don't have faith, it doesn't change the fact that you're supposed to be a good human being and treat others with respect. The one thing that I've always struggled with philosophically about faith, and this is something that I as a human being, I'm still trying to find the answer for, is I wonder, and this is not my opinion, is I wonder, is it counterproductive to raise a child telling them there will always be something greater than them? Or is it productive to say that there will always be something greater? Because on one side, when you say there's something greater than you, it means that there's always room for improvement. But on the other side, saying there will always be something greater for you means that you can't be perfect. And I hate when people say I'm just human. To err is human. No, to err is animalistic because you're basing your life on instinct. But to err is not human. You have judgment, you have ability, you have faculties. If you make a mistake, you apologize and you do better. You don't say, I'm sorry, I'm only human. Stop with the excuses. I despise excuses. And sometimes I wonder to myself, if I limit a child's imagination by telling them there is something that they can never be, whether it's God or not God, if I'm telling them there's something they won't be or something they can't be or something they'll never be as great as, I wonder if that somehow stifles their imagination, because I just wonder. That's something I've always wondered. I'm not a father yet, and I hope to be one day. And I think that's the most existential question I have, is how do I introduce faith to my children? And I think a lot of people introduce faith to their children haphazardly. They just throw them in a church, in a mosque, in a temple, at a shrine, and then they let the people there explain it to them. Those people are biased. They're there to sell their religion. I wonder if you have your children's true interests at heart, if there should be a thought process that goes into how you make religion a part of your household. So in the relationship to yourself with achieving your goals, God does not play a role. You play a role in how you choose to accept or not accept guidance in your life, whether it's from God, whether it's from other people in the industry, whether it's from your parents, whether it's from reactions to things you do and the feedback you get. It's all up to you. And you have to work on yourself. That's what I'll say on that. All right, so I am. That's how I'm going to leave it. I'm glad you guys are still with me. This is awesome. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of you. Thank you guys so much for everything and listening. I think it's time we jump on the phones super quick. Let me read the comments. I love what you're saying. Thank you, Diane. Somebody was saying something really nice about my personality, and then it went up. I'm so sorry. I raised my kids to be Muslim American. I'm Lebanese, but they are American. That's fantastic. Grow them up with values. The answer, definitely. I'm not saying if you grow them up with religion, you're not growing them up with values. I'm just wondering, how do you introduce faith to your kids? Should you introduce religion? Should you introduce faith? I think about these things. Maybe one day I'll bring somebody on the podcast that we can have a conversation with. You know, too many people have opinions on things when they realize that it's not the opinion that's valuable, it's the conversation. And the thought process. You discover so much about yourself in that. I love that. The Zakka, I will. Okay, so let me jump on Rabbi Berkak, Habibi, ilak kamen. Let me jump on Skype super quick. I want to call my friend Michael just to give you guys a bit of an insight what's going on here in America right now with all of this stuff and the coronavirus, because I'm getting so many people who are WhatsApping me and are worried about me, which, by the way, I mean, just thank you so much for caring about that. That actually means a lot. And another thing, I just don't want you guys to worry, and I do want facts to get out there because I know there's a lot of media hype, but this is a critical 2 weeks. So let's get Michael here on the phone. In theory, we should have Michael, but he has to put his video on. There we go. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, what's up, NEMR?
How's it going, brother?
Hi, everyone.
Everyone, you remember Michael Bea? He was on the first episode with us, him and his lovely wife, Sarah. How's Sarah doing, first and foremost?
She's doing all right. She's doing all right.
She hasn't filed for a divorce yet?
No, but she actually kicked me into the bedroom because she needed to use her laptop to study, and she was like, I'm sorry. So she kicked me into the bedroom. She was like, stay in there.
She was like, this is my place now. You get out of my house.
Yeah. It's,
well done, man. So how are you holding up? How's everything going? And for everybody listening, just so you know, Michael works in the medical field. And can I tell the funny story about my sister?
Oh, absolutely, man. I think this is this gives me even more credibility.
It does give him credibility. So my sister Maria, who I'll definitely have on the show one day because she's an incredible photographer, and I'm super proud of her. My sister Maria was sounding the alarm on the coronavirus, as she should have, a while ago, and I was kind of dismissive. I'm like, it's a flu. It's a flu. And Michael and Sarah, and we were trying to organize. Michael's one of my best friends, and we were trying to organize a trip to where was it?
Joshua Tree, which is a desert, by the way. There's no coronavirus.
Which is a desert. Don't defend yourself. Which is a desert. There's no coronavirus. Okay, to Joshua Tree. And my sister's like, guys, there's this coronavirus thing. Maybe we should postpone this till afterwards. And Michael was like, La corona, that kind of attitude. And he basically would send her like messages every time, like, oh, look, you're out getting groceries. I thought there was coronavirus, like just kind of making fun of her. And that went on for like, what, a week?
I was bullying her, man.
For how long? For like a week or something?
Yeah, a week, 2 weeks.
A week, 2 weeks, and then
I still do, by the way.
And then here's the good part. This happens, and then my sister goes and finds an article which is called "Where to Go During Coronavirus," and she sends it to him. She's like, "There's Joshua Tree over there."
That's when it was. When it was bad.
Yeah, it got really bad. Yeah. And so now Michael. This gives him credibility because he's one of the normal folk who are just like, oh, it's overhyped. But now he understands exactly. I mean, just like me, I also thought it was overhyped. And basically right now he does work in the medical field, so he actually does know what he's talking about. Mikey, why are these 2 weeks right now in America? What's critical about it? Why do people keep saying these 2 weeks are critical? Why have I stocked up in my freezer on foods that I have so that I don't have to go to the supermarket and I don't have to interact with everybody? Well, why am I doing this?
Right, well, now we're in a phase in the U.S. that's called peak week, where we're expecting.
Sorry, but peak week sounds like such a sports. It's like, are you ready for peak week? It's like, sorry, please go on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're expecting to reach the climax of the curve with coronavirus in terms of the number of new cases per day, in terms of the number of deaths per day. Mm-hmm. We're still climbing that curve. I think New York today reached its largest number of deaths per day.
Jesus.
Today. It's pretty bad in New York, but across the U.S. we're seeing many states like California, for example, who actually took measures. Early. When they had the first case, they declared a state of emergency. That was like 5 weeks before New York did. And, the curve is starting to flatten here in California. And if everyone stays at home, does, the right measures, doesn't, go unnecessary places, just holds it up for 2 weeks. We're supposed to, see the beginning of the decrease of number of new cases per week, the number of deaths per day.
And why is it important that you always hear people say we need to flatten the curve, flatten the curve? My understanding is that when you flatten, and tell me if I'm wrong, when you flatten the curve, that makes it easier for the hospitals to deal with the situation. So in other words, these hospitals will end up being like, we don't have that many cases. So it makes it easier. That's what we're trying to avoid, where the hospitals get overwhelmed and then it really explodes everywhere. Right?
Absolutely. Because the thing is that 42%. Let's say I'm giving Southern California, LA County, for example.
Yeah.
42% of the people with coronavirus are between the ages of 18 and 40. So those guys who thought, "Hey, I'm young, coronavirus it's not gonna do anything to me." They got the coronavirus. Some of them might be asymptomatic, but they were contributing to the spread of the virus to other people who have immunocompromised systems, who are old, who can be more vulnerable to the virus. So then, when you have both kinds of people going into the hospital, both of them eventually will need ventilators and need to resuscitate their respiratory system. You're gonna have to make a tough decision. What do I do? What do I do here? And we don't have enough ventilators.
We don't have enough ventilators. Jad Ahnain is asking, what about the videos that shows the tents, hospitals that are empty? And I'm not sure if you mean that it's a lie that they're not empty, or that people are trying to spread lies that they are empty. I can tell you for a fact, as somebody who's friends with Michael and other doctors that I talk to, I check in with in New York, friends of mine who are overwhelmed. The empty is definitely not what's going on here at all. Definitely not in America. I don't know if somewhere there's some place that if the hospitals are empty, what you need to understand is that's an amazing thing. That means it's working. You want there to be empty hospitals. You don't want there to be, oh shit, it isn't empty, so they're right. You don't want to be that person who's like, you see, it's empty. If it's empty and if there aren't many deaths, that's a good thing. That's why you take preemptive measures.
Right, but at the same time, if we have those newly built hospitals that are intense, those are mainly used to isolate people, to have them away from, the society, to quarantine themselves for 2 weeks. But that doesn't necessarily mean that those locations have the right equipment to cure you from coronavirus, don't have enough respirators. This is the biggest problem.
The biggest problem is Elon Musk is building a bunch of half respirators for not the extreme cases. So a lot of people are doing that right now. Because like Mikey was saying, it's coming down to a choice. How sick are you? What kind of respirator are we giving you? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So that's why flattening the curve is so important. I'm doing my part. I'm quarantined. I'm doing this podcast. My freezer is stocked up. I'm actually going to be filming some cooking videos. I'm going to be filming some funny sketches. That's what I'm doing. My sister's 10 minutes away. Mikey's 10 minutes away. My best friend George, who I think is watching right now, is 10 minutes away. We haven't seen each other in weeks. We're not going to be seeing each other. So I think that's what you have to do.
There's good news, though, NEMR, in countries like Italy that have been hugely devastated by the virus. Countries that like Iran that had a lot of cases over the last couple of months. Countries like Spain, that actually were recently really hit hard with the coronavirus. We're starting to see a huge decrease in the number of new cases per day, number of deaths per day. They're decreasing.
That's because everybody died. No, I'm kidding. The thing is, what Mikey's saying, which is 100% true as well, is this can be beat as long as I saw that hilarious video. Did you see it? The mayor in Italy is sending drones. And he has speakers on them and he shouts at people. He cusses them. In the drone. It's the funniest shit I've seen in my life. I should have the video prepared. I'll have it for next time. You guys should check it out for sure.
You should have Mario. You should have Mario go out there and just what
the fuck are you doing? Fucking your mother, get inside.
Stay at home.
I will. That's actually, I should do that if I was ever responsible for the quarantine.
You know what I also realized? You have a lot of, weird people, who are not realizing what day it is, what time it is. You have some people just starting to drink, at 11 a.m. It's it's insane, dude. I don't know what day is it? Is it Monday, Wednesday?
Mikey, you are setting a standard that every time you come on this show, you're going to have to do something to surprise us. I just hope you realize that right now.
Dude, it's 11 a.m. I'm working remotely. No one knows.
No one knows. All right, man.
Don't report.
All right, man. Cheers to you, brother. Guys, that was Michael Bea, my very good friend Mikey. Thanks so much for joining us, dude. I appreciate you, man, as always.
Bye, NEMR.
Stay
safe, everyone. Stay home.
Stay home. All right, and stay home with us. We're taking care of you right here on the Very Funny Podcast, Quarantine with NEMR edition. And now that we've taken our guest, we've talked, I want to take a quick second to remind you all this Thursday, we are going to be with the mighty Brian Callen on Saturday with Bassem Youssef. If you haven't seen the promo, go on my social networks and check it out. Also, I'm sorry I'm sweating. I don't have the air conditioning on, and I'm not going to have it on because it's still not cold enough to have it on, and I want to make sure I don't get sick, especially in these times. So I'm going to be sweating in front of you. Focus, camera, focus. I'm right here. I'm right here. You have the square on my face. There we go. So let's take some callers. And I do see some people asking if they're... Something I just want to say... the reason SARS-CoV-2 is deadly in old people is because old people generally have weaker immune systems. This is from Sirajuddin Khassauni. Than others, especially. This is very true. What's interesting is it's not necessarily whether you also have an immune system. Joe Rogan, I mentioned this last time, was talking about his friend Michael Yo, who he said is like the epitome of fitness for him. Like, this is the healthiest guy. He eats healthy. He is healthy. He's in peak physical condition. And he got the coronavirus, went into the ICU for a week, pneumonia, and thought he was going to die. So the doctors are theorizing that perhaps there's also a genetic reason why it affects some people devastatingly and other people's can be asymptomatic, which means they don't even show symptoms. They just go on spreading it. It's crazy. So just stay safe. There is no, you can't say if I'm young, if I'm old, there's a 101-year-old dude who beat it the other day. So, it just doesn't apply everywhere. All right. Mortanius is with us on the line. I can see him as well. Shout out to him. I'm going to bring him on the show very soon. Let's open the phone lines right now and take some callers. So I'm going to, boom, taking WhatsApp calls live. Give me a call on WhatsApp right now. And let's bring in those calls. So let me take a look right here on, let me open I should open WhatsApp. So I have the notifications disabled so we don't get those crazy sound effects the entire time. But there's the number. Let's see who we got on the phone first. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm one of your biggest fans, man.
Well, introduce yourself. Where are you calling us from? What's your name?
My name's Hassan Saleh, but in English it's Hassan, so I'm a fucking horse, but that's all right.
Dude, watch your language, please. This is we don't want to get banned here. So, okay, Hassan, where are you calling us from?
Oh, I'm from the East Coast, Connecticut, New York area.
Connecticut, New York area, man. So how is it over there right now for you?
Honestly, right? Connecticut, it's great. I have friends in New York, and they're waiting 2 hours to get into a Trader Joe's, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But Connecticut is pretty great,
Okay.
Walmart's open, everything is full. I'm just not overstocking. I'm leaving.
Good.
Trying to leave stuff for older people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just buying all the toilet paper like they're gonna.
I'm still on the same packet of. So I had a big toilet paper thing that I bought before the coronavirus was even mentioned, because I'm just one ass that I have to wipe in this house. and I basically, I'm still on that one. I'm down to 3 rolls, but I'm like, man, how many rolls do you need of toilet paper?
You know when it's gonna hit you? It's gonna hit you when you're on your last roll of toilet paper and you're like,
I guess, but I mean, you can use Kleenex, you can use paper towel, you can take a shower. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the hell happened with paper towel. Okay, so what do you do for a living, man?
I'm an electrical engineer.
Okay.
And I'm working remotely now, so I'm barely doing anything.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's why you're with us, and we're happy to have you, man. Let me tell you. At least we get.
Yeah. I'm on the clock right now, so thanks to my company.
I love that you gave your location, your full name, and.
Oh yeah. My company's Digatron Power.
No, stop! You're gonna. You're gonna ruin your.
I'm just messing.
Oh my god, that is so funny. That is so funny, dude. Thanks so much for calling, my man. You stay safe and take care.
Keep it up. We want you in New York. Come back, man.
I'll be back as soon as possible, man. You know that. Take care.
Enjoy.
Thanks so much, man. Bye bye. Give me a call, people. Hit me up. Let's take some callers. Let's find out more about you guys. See what gets you going. What makes you tick. We got Muhammad Shatila from Los Angeles, California, right now. Hello, Muhammad.
Me a call, people. Hit me up. Let's take some callers.
Muhammad, I think, is listening to the stream instead of the phone. Muhammad, you got to listen to the. Hey, Muhammad.
Los Angeles, California, right now. Hello, Muhammad.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You should listen on the phone. Don't listen through the stream. There's a delay.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. I live in Burbank. Give you a quick what's happening in Burbank.
So what's happening in Burbank right now?
Well, it was crazy when the whole thing started. People went crazy going to the like Smart and Final and Costco lines and lines. Now I live like a couple blocks away from Smart and Final, and I might go right now. It's basically empty. People stock so much for nothing, and now you go. The shelves are full. There's no people buying anymore, which is great. Which is
good because that way you keep the stock up and and people don't go to the supermarket. They say the supermarket right now is like the worst place to go. Because you got people touching stuff,
and I have to give it a plus sign to the Americans too. They're very, at least the Californians, they're very conscious what's happening around them. They're
if Californians 100%, if you go to like Alabama, they're like going to church over there. They're having large gatherings of people, and the mayor is like so frustrated and saying stop, just stay home. They're like, no, this is all a hoax.
Yeah, and the thing, like I run every day. So when I running, there's a bike path. I run every day, and I see people before, like people like have dogs and talk. Now they do, but you can see they're distancing themselves.
That's awesome, man.
They're conscious. They're socially distancing themselves, but mentally they're together. It's really nice to see that.
Spiritually, it's like everybody's coming together, which is actually really, really nice. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
How much? What do you do for a living? Do you mind me asking?
I'm an industrial engineer. I came in 1984 to the States.
Oh, wow.
When it was during the end of the Civil War. So I saw most of it.
Okay.
And I was 19, actually. I'm like 55, 56 right now. And most of my life, and I thank you, Habib. I lived all my life here. I visited Lebanon about 5 years ago. I stayed like 30 years. And then I visited with my kids, all grown up. They want to go see. 5 years ago, we went. And honestly, I was so disappointed because during the Civil War, which I lived through it, everything was available. The city was clean. There was no deception. People were pure.
During the Civil War?
I mean,
people were pure? Can I remind you of the murder?
I'm talking about socially.
Oh, socially. Okay, all right. Okay. I was like, what?
Sniping and bombing was normal.
What you just said, by the way, is the most Lebanese thing. I'm dying right now. You're just like, during the Civil War, people were good. They were decent. You murdered someone. It was quick. It was efficient. So.
But it's like it was dirty, and it was my kids they were disappointed. We went to Salford, and they say, look at this beautiful land. I mean, how beautiful! They were surprised how beautiful it is.
Now you know why there's a revolution going on in Lebanon. So it's that simple.
Yeah. I know. Hopefully they succeed with it because I want to say something before we hang up. And what really disappointing, and people don't realize it till only my generations, is when I look at the TV and I look at the news, and I see Walid Jumblatt shaking hands with
I'm sorry. Do you mind? But wait. Do you mind if we don't get into I don't want to make local politics a thing.
When I see the warlords at that time shaking hands today, and I go, all these people killed for nothing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. No. I know. That's war.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are waking up. I think a lot of people are waking up to the realization that whenever there's a war, nobody's fighting for you. They're fighting for their own interests and using you to fight for them.
Correct.
So
it sucks because when I talk to my family right now, they're like, right. My sister just came. She's stuck in one of those hotels right now, and I just talked to her. She has to leave that. It's like a prison, that hotel that the government put them into, and move to another hotel, which she's paying from her own pocket.
Yeah,
because there's no service.
No, of course there isn't service. And it's funny. I'm reading the comments right now. Yaman Sharaf Dabagh is like, it was a good time in the Civil War. At least there was plenty of toilet paper back then, which is
it's true.
It's like, so good.
We never ran out of food. It's crazy.
It's so good. Thank you.
Was strong.
It was definitely. We'll make things change. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling in, man. You stay safe.
No
all right.
All right.
Take care. Bye. That was the funniest. A lot of people here who aren't Lebanese, you're starting to get introduced to Lebanese culture, where people will be like, it was a good time back then. They people who were good, they were decent in the Civil War, where hundreds of thousands of people died. It was clean, just bomb like shrapnel. Pretty much otherwise it was all good. All right, give me a call right now. It's on the number that you see right there. Let me know how you guys are doing. We're getting a call right now from Dubai, from Peter Khouri. Peter, how's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
I'm doing very well, brother. I'm doing very well. How's it going in Dubai? Tell the people, what do you do and how is it affected by all of this?
Well, I just ran away. I just ran away. Thank God. But guys, you know the game Prototype. You know the game Prototype. You ever played it?
Yes, I know the game Pro. This is too funny. Tell me, are you going to make a Prototype analogy?
This is the airport. This is literally the airport there.
What do you mean this is literally? What are you saying? What are you showing me something?
Bro, like you go in there, okay? You go in there, like you don't see. There's no flight attendants. There's no like people like waving their hands, telling you this way, this way. No, there's only people wearing these white suits, you know.
Yeah.
Guns and everything.
But the real question is there a guy with superhuman abilities that is chopping people up? As long as we don't have that, I think we're in good territory.
Well, I don't know. I was so afraid to look around, and everyone was like, I think we saw someone who was standing like in the corner waiting to see if there's anyone with the virus.
Oh my God! Hey, look, the bottom line is, I think that right now the world kind of needed a vacation, so I like to think of this as like stay home and relax.
Exactly.
People are gonna. I swear to God, I hear people complaining. They're like, I can't stay. You know that as soon as this is over and we're back at work, you're gonna be sitting in your desk at your job, miserable, saying, man, I wish I could have stayed home and just slept in. Take advantage of the moment.
Exactly.
Stay home. Treat yourself good.
Since I'm a sound engineer, everything is still on my laptop. I'm still working everything.
You can. Yeah, sound engineers have a good. I think like earlier, the electrical engineer who called, that guy has it. Like you can't fix electricity wirelessly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that guy's screwed.
Come on, guys. Now you understand when we go do music and we enjoy our life and you're like being a bit miserable.
So basically, to anybody who's aspiring to do something in music, if you want to be a DJ and your parents are like, DJ, be a doctor, and you say, Mom, Dad, listen, in the quarantine times, DJs were crushing it. Doctors were getting crushed. So I'm just saying, if you love me, let me be a DJ. If you say no, be a doctor, then I know you'll hate me. And now you have a good reasoning situation with your parents.
I mean, just look behind you. You can see a MIDI. You know what you're into. Come on.
I know. JP comments, I stayed at home for 8 months because there wasn't much that I could do at the time. Now I'm working during coronavirus.
That's my best friend.
Okay, he says, now I'm working during...
my best friend. JP is my best friend.
Well, stop interrupting your best friend so we can read the comment. I said, now...
I want to say hi to him.
He's like, and now he says, that's my best friend. And now he said, but that's my best... Okay. He says, I stayed at home for 8 months because there wasn't much that I could do at the time. Now I'm working during coronavirus, and I honestly haven't felt this good, even with the constant threat. You just missed an opportunity to interrupt me halfway through the comment. That would have been hilarious. I was secretly hoping you would, to be honest with you, from a comedic perspective. How long have you guys been best friends, you and JP?
As long as you've been friends with you and George, trust me.
Oh, wow. For real?
We've been annoying each other for a long time.
That is so funny. Ramzi Abu Zaki, Sahib al-Asli. This is so funny. Mortanius Peter Muhammad. Yo, it just rang, but he answered another guy. Sirajuddin Khassaun. So a lot of people are asking how I'm choosing callers. I'm going to just show you guys the screen right here. If you look at the screen, these are all missed calls. All of these are missed calls coming in messages. I just basically, whatever that is flashing, I just swipe up and answer. So it layers calls on each other, but it doesn't. It's just whatever's in front of me. I'm not choosing the caller, so it's totally random. Peter, stay safe and stay happy, man. Stay mixing that great music. All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, dude. Bye. All right, let's take another caller. Give me. Oh shit! I think I closed it. Now I interrupted him with closing the phone. So now it's ringing. Let me show you guys what I get right here. So if you take a look, where did it go? There we go. So right here, this is what I have in front of me. There's Rula Abi Hanna. So Rula would have been somebody who added me before, so I've saved them as a contact. So if you guys want me to know who you are before you call, you just give me your name and all that stuff. Rula, how's it going?
Hello. How are you?
You don't sound like Rula.
No, I'm Raul.
You're Raul. It auto-corrected. So I'm here telling you guys, if you want me to know your name before you call, if you want that personal touch, you just add me in advance and we save you on the phone. And then I go, hi, Rula. And it's not the guy's name. It's Raul. It auto-corrected Raul. You had one job, Iman Khalil says. 100%. I put Raul, it auto-corrected to Rula. That's how you know I'm truly Lebanese at heart, when my phone is auto-correcting, skewing in the direction of Rula instead of Raul. That tells you everything there is to know. The timing. Raul, how are you? Let me, as you're talking to me, I'm actually editing the contact so that I never make that mistake again. Raul, how's it going, man? What's going on with you?
It's going great. I'm at home.
Okay.
For like 28 days, I think.
Okay. And so do you live with your family?
Yeah.
And how is that?
Do
you guys get along well? Is this like making you hate your family? Are you guys getting closer?
Lots of fights. It's going not that bad. But
is there love? I mean, you have a loving household. Do you feel like, you guys get in fights, but
of course.
That's good.
No, there is
love.
Of course.
And I feel bad for the people who have like abusive parents, because there are people right now that have abusive parents and they have nowhere to go. And their parents are probably abusive and they take out their own insecurities and feelings on their kids. And now these abusive parents, might not have work or whatever. And I really feel bad for anybody who's literally stuck in a situation like that, quarantined in that. That's terrible.
Something like that today.
Really?
Like some 5-year-old kid died in Tripoli. Yeah,
that's messed up. Rasha Hassan just commented right now, I found out my family are good people. That's really funny. That cracked me up, Rasha. Let's see what we got here. Najah Nurdin Shair, I'm so old-fashioned that I lately grasped the genre switch. I'm so puzzled. The genre? I think you mean the gaming Switch, the Nintendo Switch? I'm not sure if that's what it is. If that is what it is, Najah, I implore you to go to my Twitch channel and start watching from there. There is a community. You can join our Discord. And if you have any questions about gaming, that's where you want to be, right there, because that will, they will, incredible community over there. Okay, dude, Raul, a.k.a. Rula. I don't know if I'm going to call you. If you ever call back here again, I'm going to call you Raul, a.k.a. Rula, from now on, is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, okay. No,
dude, thanks so much.
Lots of name, actually.
Thanks so much for calling, man. I appreciate it, all right?
Yeah.
You take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stay safe. Good job on improving your comment reading, bro. Props. Thank you so much. The Zucka, I appreciate it, man. So just so everybody knows, this show really is like I don't have a what the hell's wrong with the phone? I don't have a production. There we go. I don't have anybody. Usually these people they'll have producers, they'll have stuff, so I'll be able to focus on just like the chat and that's it. But what I have right now is let me show you guys. I was using this iPad for comments before, and then I used it to stream Instagram. Today I tried to post to Instagram and not stream on it, so that I could bring this back to being the comments thing and put it underneath the camera so I don't have to look away. And it's working. All of you are here without the Instagram thing. So next time I'll have the comments right here underneath the camera, and I'll be able to see them and reply a lot quicker. So I'm sorry if you guys aren't being able to get through to me because of that. Have you ever been to India? Shiva Vishi, I haven't. I'm dying to. I really want to go. It's on my bucket list, and I hope I get there much sooner rather than later. So I want you guys to stay tuned for that. If I ever do I will tell you what I've been amazed at is that I've been getting WhatsApps from people from India. And I never knew I even had fans in India. I didn't know people in India knew who I was, which was amazing. You need Jamie to pull comments up, Biggie One Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that right now. This is all me. This is all NEMR right here. This is all me making the sounds, me pressing the buttons, me doing the stuff. That's all me. We're getting a call from Jordan on the normal phone. So this is holy shit. Whoa! You need to lower the volume, Jordan.
Yeah, I did. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Who are we talking to?
My name is Sirajuddin Kasane. You just read my comments like 5 times.
Oh, my man. How's it going? First of all, there's just in the background, there seems to be like an echo. It's really loud. If you could just lower the volume a bit. I don't know if
you got it.
Okay, and let me lower your volume a bit because
how are you doing, man?
Goodness gracious. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So remember when like at your show in Jordan, you just told me I had the greatest handshake in the Hashemite Kingdom.
Oh my God, I remember you very well now. Your handshake was quite incredible. We shook hands for a good 2 minutes straight.
Yep. I really enjoyed your company, your show.
Thanks so much, man. It's good to talk to you again. Good to have you here.
What? I didn't get you. Excuse me?
I said it's good to talk to you again. It's good to have you here, man. I hope you're enjoying the podcast.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Well, listen, are you doing good? I know that Jordan's doing a really good job with everything, and that's fantastic. My camera is saying internal temperature for everybody who just saw a black screen pop up right now. Apparently, my camera has overheated, so that's why I have to allow the camera to cool down, is what it said. So we're going to continue with the audio. That's never happened before, so I don't know how that went down. I just turned it off for a second. So we'll just continue with the audio for a second. So I know that Jordan is doing really well. So how's that?
Yeah. Yep. We have quarantine so far. I guess it's until the 15th of April, but they're saying they're going to extend it like for 2 weeks more.
Okay.
At first they started with like nobody going out of their homes, but like now they're more lenient about it.
Okay.
I mean, you could go out from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I guess, but like only supermarkets are open, so nothing more, nothing less. But like other than that, you can't buy anything other than groceries.
Okay. So basically, they put a timed curfew on everybody.
Yep, they put a curfew from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can't buy anything but groceries. Anything else is closed.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, look, as long as you're safe, I mean that's all that matters, right?
Yep, that's all that matters, correct. And so far, like, we only have 350 cases. When you consider that Jordan, like, has 9 million people in it, 350 is nothing, you know?
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? Stay safe. Take care of yourself. And thank you for calling, man. All right? Give my best to everybody in Jordan.
No, the pleasure.
Take care, brother.
You too. Likewise.
Bye-bye. All right, so everybody, the camera, I just turned it off. That's how hot it is in here, by the way. It's starting to get really hot. And the reason that I don't open windows is because there's a job construction thing going on. It's 11 a.m. So there's like a job construction thing going on at the same time, and it's just like it gets a bit crazy. So that's pretty much the whole reason of why there isn't. So that's the camera. We're back, baby. You didn't hear the call. I restarted the Twitch stream just so you guys know, and let me know if that worked, if that fixed the Twitch stream. Let me jump in here. Better. Finally, everything is back. Discord, we are back. Yes. Yeah. So something happened all at once. And now I took the stream off and brought it back on for everybody on Twitch. Let's take, since we have the safety of this battery, this whole camera thing, I got to turn on the air conditioning or open a window in the future. I'm using a power supply. Maybe I should start using just the battery instead, because that warning message right there. Hey, you live, you learn. You know what I'm saying? But it is hot. I'm telling you, it's warm right here. You can see it, right? You can see that right there. That's how much I love you guys, man. Kahraba o ishtirak. Eli Khalil, that is too funny. Give me a call, guys. Let's take one more caller before we open a window. I'm not going to say end the show because I don't want to end the show. I do want to open a window, though. We have Ilyan Abi Karim calling us from Lebanon. Ilyan, how's it go? How's it going? Can you hear us? She's listening to the stream. Ilyan, you got to put the phone on your ear. She's listening to the stream right now. Ilyan, put the phone on your ear. Don't listen to the stream. Hello, Ilyan? Oh my God. Have we lost Ilyan? Ilyan?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. I just hired your volume because the Jordan guy who called earlier had the loudest volume, so I had to lower it. So I just hired it now. Everybody can hear you loud and clear. You're calling us from Lebanon, right?
Great. Yes, exactly.
So tell me, Ilyan, what are you doing? What do you do in life? Are you a student? Do you work? What do you do? And how has this affected you? And where are you? Are you with your family now? What's going on?
Well, actually, I'm a teacher, so it has really struck very hard on schools, and we stopped directly after the corona struck.
Okay.
So we've been doing online teaching, and it's been going good so far. Very positive feedback, but as well, it's a new system here in Lebanon, so there's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And with the electric power cuts that occur consecutively here, so it's kind of annoying.
That's crazy.
I'm actually not with my family. I cohabit with my boyfriend / fiance.
Oh, fantastic!
We're living together.
How has it brought you closer together, or is it making you guys hate each other? What is the result of it?
No, the opposite. Actually, we've become really closer, and it's such a positive experience. Everyone should do that. I always tell my friends, you should cohabit.
Everyone should suffer a pandemic together.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Allah khalikum labad. How long have you guys been dating?
Approximately 2.5 years now.
Oh wow. When's the wedding?
Yeah.
You're engaged. Have you guys planned a wedding?
We had plans, but with the coronavirus and all of that, everything just was put on a hold.
Yeah. I can imagine.
So it's fine.
Okay. I mean,
I'm
you're
not
probably
in a hurry for anything.
So what do
It's
you
fine.
teach? I'm with you. What do you teach? What kind of what kind of students?
I'm an English teacher.
English teacher. Okay.
I'm an English teacher. I teach grade 7, 8, and 9 American and Lebanese program.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you a question that people
actually, I teach.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I teach special education. So people with hyperactivity, dyslexia, problems, these are my students.
Okay, well, good luck with that. I love the comments that are coming in. A lot of people right now are telling me they're going, don't ask about the date, man. Because I asked you, what are you going don't put the man under pressure. I apologize to the man. It was the honest. They're living together. It's happening. There's no running now. He's not going anywhere. It's over.
No, he's just smiling. He's fine with it.
Wait, is he next to you?
Yeah,
Put him on the phone. Put him on the phone. Let's talk to the man.
Michael.
Oh, his name's Michael too? This is too funny.
Yeah, his name is Michael.
Where's Michael? No! Don't do this to me, Lebanon. No! It's disconnecting. Reconnecting, come on. You can do it. I believe in you, Lebanon. I believe in you. We can do this together. Oh, we seem to have lost them. You know what it is? It's probably an electricity cut or their Wi-Fi cut out. Oh, man. This sucks. They're a beautiful couple, though. I don't know if you guys can see them there. Oh, man. We wanted to talk to the man, make sure that he's happy and he's okay. Well, that's gone. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to. I believed in the phone. But at the end of the day, it's beyond our thing. Maisa Haq is still with us. Hey, Maisa. Karen Fakhouri, what's up? Muhammad, how's it going? We're on the phone right now with another caller. Hello, who are we talking to and where are you calling us from?
Yes, hello. You're currently talking with Johnny Tabatadze.
Oh, sorry, did you say we're talking to Johnny Tabatadze?
Yes.
And where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from France.
You're calling from France. Can I first of all say that your last name is one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life?
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm a Georgian citizen, but I'm born and raised in Lebanon.
And Tabatadze is a Georgian name?
Yeah.
What does it mean? Does it mean anything?
Oh, I don't know.
We're Lebanese, we have to know. We have to know what the meaning of the name is.
I prefer to be called by my Lebanese name, it's Johnny Jabour. Whenever I call delivery service, I just say Johnny.
Wait a sec. How did you come up with Johnny Jabour? Is that your mom's maiden name or something, or is that something you made up?
It's my mother's. it's my mother's name.
Johnny Jabour instead of Johnny Tabatadze.
Yeah, because it's way easier.
That is too funny, man. Where are you in France right now?
I'm in Saint-Nazaire. It's near Nantes.
Oh, okay, near Nantes. All right, very cool. And what are you doing in Paris? Are you studying? Are you working? What do you do there?
Yeah, I'm studying. I'm currently in studying process engineer.
Process engineer. Everybody who calls this show is so intelligent, by the way. I feel so outranked by this guy. Yesterday we had a nuclear chemist or whatever, and I'm like, I'm a clown. That's what I do. I can hook microphones up.
We're Lebanese, that's why.
Yeah, I'm Lebanese. That's the end of the story, right? That's how it's done. Listen, Tabatatsi, everybody is asking if it's a Greek name. We have a lot of people thinking it's Greek, trying to decipher everything. And then JP says Saint Lazare. Isn't that the Monopoly land? I think that is in Monopoly. You can get Saint Lazare, but I'm not sure. I
don't know. No.
All right, man. Well, listen. You stay safe.
I'm actually calling you right now, like in between, like it's my cigarette break. I'm currently studying.
That's so funny. Somebody just wrote, Yaman Sharaf Dabar just wrote, it's what engineers do, watch podcasts. Is that true? Is that what engineers do? You guys have podcasts while you work in the background and stuff?
Yeah. I watch a lot of Joe Rogan.
Okay.
When I'm studying.
All right. Yeah. So it is something engineers do. Well, I'm honored that you also are watching me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, it's a really good podcast, to be honest.
I appreciate it, man. Tune in next time. We got guests as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Of course, I'm waiting for it.
You take care of yourself. Keep studying. And I think quarantining changed nothing in your life. If you're an engineering student, you're probably indoors most of the time anyway studying. So
I actually have more work to do than before. So
because you can't run away. There's only you're confined now. Yeah, exactly. Man. Best of luck to you, dude. All right.
Thanks.
Take care,
man.
Bye-bye.
It was an honor.
The honor was mine, man. No, the honor is mine. Take care. Bye-bye. Guys, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Wait, I'm coming back. I'm writing it down. Guys, I wanted to hang up the phone, but I accidentally pressed the button that ends the stream. So I'm really sorry. I did it. Al-Shob, yes. Al-Shob. Oh my God. Okay, I'm back. I'm back streaming. I'm typing this up so you guys. Tech Wizard. Oh my God. Guys, can everybody see me now? Everything is back. You kicked us out. I'm so sorry. Shiva Sheen, yo NEMR, do a tongue twister challenge. I'll do a tongue twister challenge. Let's end the show with a tongue twister challenge. Throw it at me, Shiva Sheen. I'm waiting to see what your tongue. Did you hear that knuckle crack right now? Woo! We need the Egyptian tech guy. Amir, Masar Dunya. With this, it helped with the delay a bit. Okay, that's great. The delay thing is so out of my control. It's just like a random thing. She sells seashells on the seashore. Am I supposed to say that 3 times? Is that how it's supposed to do it? She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 She sells seashells on. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells. Okay, you know what? I'm out. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Oh my God. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the show right now. If you guys have any questions, throw them at me right now. Lira wara lira. Oh, no way. Lira wara lira is. I know that one. That's impossible. Lira wara lira. Lira wara lira. Amir Fakhri. Haha. I'm here, NEMR. Masir Dunya. He's in the comments, people, right there. Amir Fakhri on YouTube, hailing in through the YouTube thing. NEMR, have you heard of Sad Guru? I haven't. No, I have not. I hope that's not like a thing I should know culturally. If it is, I apologize. Can you say Asab 10 times? I can't. We can't see the comments? Really? Can you guys not see the comments? They're on the screen. I see them here. Dude, you guys, these are too difficult, man. There's no way I'm going to be able to see these. Do you play Call of Duty, my G? No, I do not. I'm playing Doom Eternal, and I'm crushing it. Crushing it. Let me tell you, that game is crazy. I don't play online games, although I am interested in checking Call of Duty because of its ray tracing. They're saying it's great. Shout out to Alex Tolan and Angie Tolan. Shout out to the Tolans. I see a Kemper there. You play guitar. Thanks for making this podcast mate. I appreciate it, Ahmed Alameddin. Yes, I do play guitar, and I keep saying we're going to have it in the streams, and we will very soon. It's just I've been focusing on getting this portion of the stream, the callers and everything set up perfectly before I start doing these extra broadcasts as well, and we start adding some music. You know what I'm saying? We could have some fun, man. Oh, we're gonna have some fun, people. I'm telling you, we're gonna have some good times coming. We're gonna have some good times. You saved me from Hamati, David Ahmadine. That is so funny. This is why I'm hot, right? It does sound a bit like that, right? It does sound a bit, right? It does sound a bit, right? Count down there, Swiss Beats. I'm telling you, man. That sounded so good. That beat. That was. Don't get me started. We're going to do streams that aren't on this schedule, the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule. I'll have my guitar hooked up and we'll make some music together. Shiva Ishi, thanks for following. I appreciate it on Twitter. It's fantastic. All right, you guys. I think this is a great time to end the show. We had a great time. Great time together today. Let's play some tunes to say goodbye. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Very Funny Podcast, Quarantine with NEMR edition. This was episode 3 of the official episodes. I can't wait to see you all on Thursday, because on Thursday we have Brian Callen, the mighty and powerful Brian Callen. On Saturday, we're going to be joined by Bassem Youssef, so do not miss out. It's going to be a great time. Maisa Haq, I love you. Take care. Frisk Dreamer, love seeing you here always. Love you too, Shiva Ishi, David Amanuddin, Emma Khairallah. This is why I'm hot. Love you guys, man. It's so good to see you guys every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Spread the word. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, we're going to have a good time. All of us together. Take care, everyone. And always, take care and always wear underwear. Man, let me tell you, I feel like hooking up a guitar to this. I'm telling you, just like playing some beautiful tunes on top of this stuff would be really nice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should do that right now. No, you know what? I'll have the guitar ready for next time. And when we end the show, I'll just put the guitar up. I'll say thank you so much, and then I'll play a bit of some tunes. And then you guys, we can groove together. We can kind of just feel that flavor. You know what I'm saying? That's how. I love you too, Nad Zlotnik. Big hugs to you. Ryan Hamdan, freestyle for us, man. You guys want? Turn off the camera first. Looking forward to Saturday. Sirajuddin Khassaoni. Saturday is with Bassem Youssef, and Thursday, don't forget Thursday with Brian Callen. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. My Twitter account is NEMR Comedy. All my accounts are NEMR Comedy. And that's it. We're going to end the show here. Next time, we're going to have some guitar right here as well. Don't tell me this isn't delicious. I got to get a DJ name for myself. You guys, that's what you got to come up with for next time. You got to come up with a DJ name for me. I don't know what it's going to be, but it has to be like something abstract. You know what I'm saying? DJ Flip Flop based off of my jokes. DJ Shu Elit. DJ Anchayola Joe. I love you guys. Peace out. Take care. Always wear underwear. Bye-bye.